Scott.
Mr. Al, how you doing?
Good, my friend. How you doing today?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Just got back into my office here and uh, getting ready. I'm kind of curious how this all goes.
We're going to have some fun.
Good.
Okay?
Yeah.
Good. All right. I'm going to open the show and I'm going to get with you. All right?
Okay.
All right. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the No Cover TV podcast. That's right. I'm your host, Big Al, and I take that original, local, and national music scene, I shove it in your face. Sometimes I need to slap you up a little bit because you need to hear it. All the genres out there and of different age groups, from the youngins to the old. It is amazing what is out there. So my three favorite words: support, support, support your artists. Go to the shows, pay that cover charge, get the swag, get their digital downloads, the CDs, the albums, whatever they have to offer you, because they're doing what they love so they can put a smile on your face after that crappy 8 to 10 hour day at the work. So we want you to enjoy the music. Got a great show for you today. But first of all, you need to know how to get a hold of me. Stop by the website, nocovertv.live. Check out the site. Go to the bottom. If you could, make a little donation. It always helps out No Cover TV to get the music out there further. I'm not asking for a lot. A little bit goes a long way. You can also get a hold of me at No Cover TV on Facebook, No Cover TV 1 on Instagram. And if you don't get a hold of me and I find you, I got a whole new set of questions to ask you. Oh, yeah. And we can get down right dirty. Ah, yes, indeed. So I don't want to waste any time, people, because we've got a really cool show for you today. I was looking forward to this show, and this is great. The band in the house today, the Hooligan Gentleman, with Scott Harrison representing the band. How you doing, brother?
Oh, super fantastic. And yourself?
I'm doing great, trying to stay warm.
Oh, heck. Well, brother, it is 60 degrees here. So, yeah, we're not having any problems.
Nice. It got almost to the 50s today, so I'm appreciating that. I like that.
Yeah, I almost got on the Harley today. So
I don't blame you. There was a lot of bikers out today.
Oh yeah, I'd have missed the show if I'd have got on my Harley. I'd still be out trying to make my way back. So
I would have understood totally, brother, man. I totally would. Oh man, we got a lot to talk about, Scott.
Yes, sir.
Oh yes. First of all, I gotta say, Hooligan Gentleman, kick ass.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, badass rock and roll, driven, and it is just great stuff, people. Get your cell phones out, your PCs, your laptop, and we're going to get to the platforms in a minute, and you got to check out the Hooligan Gentleman, because they're an amazing artist here, and we're going to talk about this right now. Yes, we are. So, Scott, the Hooligan Gentleman, kind of a newer band, aren't you?
Yes and no. To be quite honest, this was my high school band reunited.
You're right.
And
really?
Yeah, we all kind of went our separate ways, did different things musically, nationally, whatnot, played all over the country individually. And, during COVID, we were like, hey, I'm bored. Let's do something. And so we kind of got back together and it just all clicked,
That's incredible, because when I listen to your music and I watch you guys, you're all seasoned professionals. You've been all doing this a long time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you have. So before I get to the other, well, let's introduce the other band members that aren't with us.
Yeah, definitely. Jason is our singer. He's got an original voice. It's a low,
yes, he does.
Driven, cool voice. I love hearing his voice over the top of the music. It sounds perfect. And then you've got Greg. He's our drummer, and he's like a one of a kind. You've listened to some of the drum beats I've sent you. He's a guy all on his own. I love it, and it just works well with my kind of percussive guitar playing style. And then you have Bone, the bass player, who, man, I couldn't say enough about him. He's everything you'd want in a bass player. He's active. He knows when to play in the pocket. He can, slap pop. He can play a blues line. He can go heavy. There's no limit to him.
I was noticing that with the band. I like to, see as much as I can of the artist and what you're playing and how you're playing. And I'm going to talk about each of you. I would have set this off a little bit, but I want to talk about this now, each of you. of course, your vocalist,
Yep.
incredible. With his voice,
Mhm.
holding that range and holding that strong voice, very good.
Yeah,
Very
definitely. Good low
power.
voice. It's different for today. Like uh, I think everybody's kind of trying to be a lot higher registers, and I think the low voices holds it down.
I think so too. You don't need to have that high pitched voice all the time.
No.
Not at all. Not at all. Now, bass player. I'm watching him. I'm loving the slapping techniques he's using.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. He knows where to fill it in. Oh yeah.
He does. Like I said, this was my high school band, and Bone has been my best friend since the high school days. We were just kind of joking around. We've never actually been in an argument.
Really?
Yeah.
That is cool. That's real good, man. That's good friends right there.
Oh yeah, and we just mesh musically so well. That's what do everyone in the band.
Yeah, I see that. Now, Greg the drummer. I'm looking at the drummer and I see he's playing decent kit. And the kit reminds me actually of the Pearl Export I got in '85 with my band.
Oh yeah, it's actually
Yeah.
the same kit Lars Ulrich uses. It's Tama. What is it? The Grand Star or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Forgive me, I forget the name now.
It's a beautiful kit.
Oh yeah.
And what I'm hearing is a single kick, not a double.
Right. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. When he does double kick, he does it with one foot, but
Yeah.
a lot.
No. So I mean, and you're a 4-piece band.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I got to talk about you, Scott. You're the guitar player.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I want to ask you right now, are any of your guitars around you right now?
A couple, maybe 11 of them.
11 of them. That's great. I got mine surrounding me too. But what I want to tell you is back off the guitar, my friend. I don't want you near him. You're starting the son of a... You're on fire, brother.
It can happen. It gets dangerous.
Oh, my God. What the hell are you doing to that guitar?
Anything I want? I don't know.
I guess so.
Really, the guitar sings. I'm just the vehicle to help it go. I just like playing, and I like doing my thing. I don't think I'm a great guitar player. I'm just good at what I do.
You're very good at what you do, and you're a wild man on a guitar, and you do make it sing, and I love it, man. I mean, you're a badass.
Well, I super appreciate that. You always like compliments, but I try to stay humble. I hang out with, I grew up around Michael Lee Firkins and, just so many killer guitar players that went on to get signed. Mark Zavon, Kill Devil.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good buddy of mine.
Okay.
Just the shredders of the shredders from my era. So.
Well, yeah, I'm watching you and everybody, and I see some inspirations. And on that note, is it all right if I pick on you for a second?
For sure.
All right. I want to get in your head. Oh, yeah. Let's get in there. Oh, boy. This is dangerous territory, everybody.
I know. I don't know what's going to come out.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, you're going in that time capsule like everybody else gets to, and we're going in the past. Yeah. All right. I'm taking you to 16 years old. What are you listening to at that age?
At 16 years old. Oh, my gosh. I was probably listening to more of the standard hard rock. I'm trying to think out what was out right then. Sure, Ozzy.
Oh yeah.
Just kind of a slew of whatever was out at the time. 86, I think, was the first Dokken album too, right? Weren't they right out around?
Yeah. 86, yeah.
I'm a huge George Lynch fan, so big Mick Mars fan from Motley Crue. Oh, yeah. Randy Rhoads, Zakk Wylde. Of course, he wasn't in there, and that was what, 88, 89.
Yeah.
So Randy Rhoads, or not Randy, but Jakey Lee. Man, what an amazing guitar player, dude. Oh,
yes.
And the stuff he did with Badlands after Ozzy was better than anything he did in Ozzy.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
Uh,
what an insane talent. So that's basically what I was listening to. You know, the standards of the day. You're a teenager living in South
right.
Florida. You know, just listening to all that stuff, and then there was all kinds of local bands that were just trying to emulate all those bands that I'd go see.
Yeah.
16 years old in South Florida. You know.
Okay. So now, how old were you when you got your first instrument, your guitar?
Ooh, 12. I
That's a great age.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much I think 12. I got a I can't even think of the name of the guitar. It was basically like a Gibson ES 335 copy um
Okay.
from Hyatt or something like that. I can't even remember anyway. And then I played on that for a while, and then I bought a Kramer when Kramer was big, and that was kind of
Yes.
my deal. And um
Ah, I love it.
oh,
Because I played the Kramer. I have it hanging up behind me, the Striker.
oh my gosh, the Strikers. Yes.
Yes, brother.
I had a couple Strikers in my day. Gosh, what else? What was the other Kramer? The Pacer.
Oh, yeah.
Eddie Van Halen was playing the Pacer for a
Yeah,
while.
it was cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love the Kramer. I really do.
Yeah. I've played a few Kramers. My favorite Kramer of all time was a Beretta.
Right, really?
Yeah, the thicker neck,
Yeah.
wider neck and stuff. It was just allowed you to get an amazing vibrato, and it's just a meaty, cool neck. You know, Mick Mars played them on Theater of Pain, I believe, and it
Oh,
was a good album. As you know, good.
oh, it was.
Yeah,
I think Kramer didn't get the attention it should have got.
yeah. It had its day.
Yeah,
It
it was
definitely did.
it was an '80s guitar.
It was, and now I think they're back now. Uh, at least I was thinking they were back. Like for the last couple of years, I thought I saw some new stuff out from them. You know, Charvel's came back, and
Yeah,
now that
yeah,
they're San Dimas.
exactly, exactly. Okay, so you got your first guitar. How many years did it take you to get to where you're at right now?
How many years has it been since the '80s? No, I was kidding. So, like,
Too
here's
long.
this is a weird thing. Like, I never really like learning other people's music, right? I'd learn riffs, and of course, my first band or so, half our tunes were cover songs. Um, like I got Faster Pussycats was fun to play. L.A. Guns was fun to play.
Yes.
Stuff like that. Those were the songs I was learning. I was really into George Lynch, and so I did some Dokken stuff. But like I had my original guitar teacher who passed away. His name was Joe Lidgett, and he was this blues aficionado who did a bunch of documentaries and stuff later in his life. And he kind of showed me some stuff. I think I learned Moni Moni by
Oh,
Bill.
really?
Yeah, like that was the thing back in those days.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of developed my own style. Like I never sat down and really learned things note for note. I just listened to the song and came up with my own version of the song. And much to the dismay of certain band members, probably.
I
But
love
I think that copying somebody note for note isn't really doing them justice.
No.
You got to have feel in it, and I think that's the purpose of music. Really, is to feel it. And if I'm just being an automaton, there's no real feel in that.
No, and you're not capturing the audience and bringing them in either.
Right.
No,
So
no.
I would say, like 19, let's see, I was probably 17 when I really felt like I could do what I wanted. And, by that point, like I had been listening to a lot of Yngwie Malmsteen,
Oh, yes.
and I was huge into Steve Vai. I mean, I have a couple gems right now,
Mm,
and met him several times. And, um, it was just kind of getting in. There was just so many different influences too back then, where I was just, kind of hammered into my own kind of style. I don't really feel like I sound like anybody, and I sound like everybody all at the same time.
I say you have so many inspirations, but it's your own style, your own sound, most definitely.
Definitely,
Oh,
you got to do that to be real with people, to be true
yeah,
to the music itself and the audience. They deserve, something original and inspiring.
original. I agree with you. I agree. All right, how many bands were you in before the Hooligan Gentleman?
Well, to be honest, let's see, one, two, three, four. Uh,
Four.
I've had a lot of longevity. I've up until this band, I've always been the songwriter, like
Okay.
I wrote it, and I just like the other guys had a little bit of like, hey, let's make this longer or whatever, but in reality, I was like a controlling kind of guy when it came to music. And so I was in the band the longest, and the band I was in before this, it broke up several years ago. The singer of that band is the singer for Through Fire. Um, and I was in that band for like 7 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Incredible.
then early on, I was in a band with the guys I'm in now, and we were called Without Warning back then. And then I moved into a band called Wicked after them.
Okay.
And we did a whole bunch, played all over the place, had all kinds of fun.
That's what it's about.
Oh yeah, the late '80s, early '90s was great.
That was trouble all the way.
Like, luckily,
I'm
there's
trying
no
to.
cell phones.
Yeah, thank God there's no pictures and videos.
No, no, that'd be bad, probably.
That would be real bad. I don't hold real bad for both of us.
All of them. Yeah, it's a different time,
Oh,
different
is
rules.
things are different now, aren't they?
Oh man, yeah. I feel like people have had enough of the politically correct university movie, that we're living right now, and it's like
I,
it's like, look, we're all grown adults with thick skin. Let's just
that's right.
enjoy ourselves, and you know, we're all divided now. That's the whole state of the country, is just division, and I'm tired of that. I want us all to be back together.
I agree. I'm sick of the pissing and moaning. Let's just get along and do our thing.
Yeah, yeah, like we used to when I was little. No
Yeah,
one cared, just be yourself.
yeah,
Well, hate
do your
you or
thing.
like you, it's going good.
Right. It is all good. Right. Now, you were doing the writing stuff back then. Now, with the Hooligan Gentleman, are you still pretty much bringing the music to the band and letting them, the vocalist put the lyrics, or what's going on?
So the process originally is I kind of had bigger chunks of the song, and then I get together with Bone, the bass player. We'd
All
sort
right.
of flush some stuff out. Bone is an amazing, just setting the songs up and helping with the flow. Like he's really good at doing that kind of stuff. So him and I would flush some stuff out. Then we go to practice and, kind of work it out with the rest of the band at that point. But
Oh, okay.
and I'm kind of like a riff machine, so I'm always coming up with stuff, and I write things here at the house, but I don't go into it with any preconceived notions, because like once you kind of get there and you hear it at volume, and then you hear the drums, and he's got he does a lot of polyrhythms, and he does all kinds of cool stuff to do it. And and then we kind of find our groove, and Jay will stand over there, and he's kind of quiet at first, but he's like this mad scientist, right? And
Oh,
all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's got this whole song that he's just singing, right? And so
real.
that's kind of how it was. But now it's like I'll be just riffing around in practice, and somebody will go, hey, I like that, and then we'll just write a song together as a whole band. And that's been kind
Nice.
of the more recent developments, is we're really, I want everyone to have their own input in the band. We were just in the studio like a week or so ago. I have a horrible memory. I live in God years. Every day is 1,000 years. It's a product of the 80s and 90s for me, right?
Right.
But um, you know, train of thought on that one. Thinking that,
We're getting older.
we're going too far back, and now I've lost it all.
We went too far back.
Yeah, I know. But no, anyway, back to the songwriting. We all work together in essence. A lot of times we'll go in with some stuff, and they'll be like, hey, let's make this longer, let's make this. Sometimes I think it's going to be a chorus and he thinks it's going to be a verse, and in reality, this is the reality of music. Music is just a platform for the vocalist to make sound cool over the top of, right? People remember the vocalist over anyone else in the band. So
true.
If he's got an idea that it means, hey, this should be the verse, this should be the chorus, by all means, if that's what you're going to sing best over, let's do that. So,
right. Cool. I like that.
Totally lost my train of thought on that. But
right, I do know that. I have to take notes now. Well, now let everybody out in podcast land, what platforms are you on to find your music, merch, possibly anything like that?
Well, we're on Spotify. If you look up the Hooligan Gentleman, we have a song, The Hooligan, on there, and we do have a new single that'll be coming out here within the next month. That's what I was talking about. We were in the studio, and I remember what I was talking about. Squirrel. My drummer, he has flanger on some of his drums in there, which I've never actually much heard outside of Tommy Lee doing it, in some early crew stuff.
Right.
And it was just one of those freedom things where I was like, I didn't really want to tell him to, not do what he wants to do, because that's his part of the art. And so that's the thing about this band. We all have the freedom to do as we please, because it just all clicks for us. But so now I finished up that part. I don't feel so bad now, but we're also I digress back, but we're on all major platforms. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, you name it, with our first single, The Hooligan song. And then the next song will be The Revolution. And it is, I don't know if I sent that to you or not. I should have. I think I sent you Fire, a live video of us playing that sold out show, 50 people at Sokol with Through Fire, Arson City, and The Impulsive, all amazing bands from my area, with just super talented musicians. It was just such an amazing night, such an amazing show, So,
it looked like an incredible show.
Yeah, you saw it. I sent you a video of the show, right?
It looked incredible.
Yeah, it was great. We got in trouble for the pyros.
I was going to talk about that.
I might have known what I was doing. I figured it's always better to ask for forgiveness. The leader of Through Fire, his name's Justin McCain, one of the most brilliant songwriters of all time. He was like, Scott, just don't show up the open or the headliners, whatever you do. And like,
you did.
So I come out there with all kinds of Motley Crue pyro and everything, and it goes off. And then like he, after the show, we were kind of bullshitting around, and then like we were at Friendsgiving. It was like the couple days after, for the that Saturday when you do Friendsgiving, and he goes, I just asked you to do one thing. I go, what did I say? Go up the headlight band, and you come out with flamethrowers. I was like, well, they weren't exactly flamethrowers, because they were flamethrowers. And in my defense, I didn't know they shot 20 feet in the air, right?
What were you thinking, Scott?
Well, when they were showing them to us, they went up like 8 feet. And I was like, ooh, that's perfect, And then I'm like playing a song, and I look to the right, and I'm like, whoa, that's pretty cool. I'm getting in trouble for this one.
Oh yeah, fire marshal's coming after your ass.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God!
The best part was it set the mood for the whole night. The Impulsive went on right after us. Those guys are killer, and like it just kind of went from there. Like everybody, like the game point was set, and everybody just went to this level, and all night long, Arson City killed it. They played like 20 songs.
Damn.
And Pat, the singer, is just one of my all-time favorite singers. Mark Beckenhauer, he's the guitar player, songwriter in the band. He's killer. So much talent in this town.
Yeah.
Then you got Through Fire, Justin McCain, Grant, the singer. It's just like he's my brother. We were in a band together in Suicide Angels before he was Through Fire. So
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
there's a lot of great talent out there.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
it's actually a hotbed of killer songwriters and musicians. The alternative headquarters, really, with Conor Burst here and everything. I mean, there's a lot of talented bands here that I love. And if you guys are listening out there, you guys should look up a band called Beast Eagle, who's from Omaha. They just slay. Oh my gosh, I love those guys.
All right, just wrote that down. Cool, good deal. Yeah, we're talking about Hooligans, the song that you did. Mm-hmm. I love the video.
Oh,
that was great. That was a lot of fun, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. My singer, Jason, he's also an actor, and, he came up with the idea for it all. And he just was like, hey, what if we had two furries fighting during the entire song? And I'm like, I could get down with this.
Yeah.
And then I had my really close friend, Houston Alexander. He fought in the UFC several years ago. He was huge. And he was the referee in that video. I don't know if you noticed, but so I had one of the legendary UFC fighters. We're also a hotbed of UFC talent here.
Sweet.
So he was the referee against the two furries fighting each other. And the new music video, I can't really give too much away, but they're featured in it. Our two mascots, as well as in our first video, we have Jesus and the devil. And in this next video, we have Jesus will make an appearance and the devil will, but the devil will be a different person, because my whole thought process on this is you never know who the devil is.
You don't. Wears different mask every day.
Yeah, so every video will have a different devil. And, it's just all these little Easter eggs, this stuff. And it's fun. My singer didn't want to make a traditional performance video, and I understood why, because everybody makes a performance video. So you look at Tool, they've never made a video where they actually performed in it, right? That at least not that I know of.
Yeah, that's true.
And all their videos are killer. So that's our approach to it is, we're just kind of going that way and just making fun videos. If you haven't checked out the Hooligan Gentleman Hooligan, you should. It's a killer song. It is fun video.
It's great. It's great. I love it a lot, man. And you guys just tear it up. Now, what do you got coming up as far as this summer? Any tours going on? What are you doing?
So, yes, we tours wise, we're kind of waiting on a couple confirmations of things. We have our target date for our album release is in May. We go to the studio here next month and do 2 more songs for it, and possibly 4, but in reality, probably 2. And then get the finals on those done and have everything for release, and then we'll release another video in the summertime. So we'll record this other video also next month for Revolution, and that's going to come out in May or April, depending on how quickly everything gets done there. And then we'll have another video for probably Vampire Vacation this summer. And we've got a lot of show offers, but we're just sort of waiting to see what makes most sense to us all. It's not about the quantity of shows anymore. It's just about having fun, going and just tearing it up. And we're going to get out of town some, like we're going to go to LA and play the Whiskey at some point this year.
Very nice.
I plan on being up in your neck of the woods, hopefully this probably fall time some point. There's a bunch of places up that way I'd like to play.
Yes, there is.
And so,
You,
it'll be that. I'm talking to some, some Minneapolis shows, some Milwaukee shows, Chicago area, more near like Joliet. What's in the Joliet? Is it the Forge or the machine? You got the machine shop for your.
I got the machine shop. Yeah, we got the machine shop.
So the machine shop's like a bucket list. I really want to play there. So if you got any pull there, but we'll probably go there with a national act. I'm friends with tons of nationals, and it's just like,
sure.
Hey, can I jump on that show kind of thing? Just to play some select venues,
Definitely.
And
yeah, I've had some artists play there, and it's a great place to be. Great place to perform.
Oh yeah, a lot of my friends have played there. I think Zach from Saul was saying that place was great. The Through Fire guys have all played there. Just a ton of people I know played up that way, and I really want to go try it out. Blacktop Mojo's played up there, and
oh yeah,
all bands I like and listen to. So,
well, I hope you make it up here, brother. I really do.
It's the plan. Yes.
All right. Well, you let me know if you make it up here.
Oh, for sure. I for sure you'll be on the guest list.
I better be. Or I just kicked the freaking door down.
Well, hey, that would make a cool video, so maybe we can set that up.
Right. He's back. No.
Right.
Oh, shit. Okay. Now, I want to go back to the show that you did with Pyro and stuff. Yeah. How many people were there?
The place holds 1,500. It was sold out by the end. So I think when we went on, somewhere around 1,200 to 1,500. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, great. So now, do you prefer to play shows on a bigger stage like that, or do you like it more personal, on a smaller venue type?
Well, we played like a 250 seat place before that, and I love it. I just, the reality is I love sharing the stage with my brothers. Like anywhere, whether we're playing in front of 10 people or 20,000, if I can play my music in front of people with my best friends, I'm having a good time. I don't have that vanity anymore. Like when I was younger and, you're trying to make it, you want to do all this. And now I just want to play killer shows. So
yeah, that's cool.
The only thing about a big show when you're on those giant stages is you got to be in shape for that.
Yeah, you do, brother.
And when you're on a small show, you can look cool in a 4 foot by 4 foot area.
When you got a 100-foot stage, a little running.
And that show, like I've seen at the Admiral, that place, I've seen everybody play there, from Rival Sons to Corey Taylor's bands. Just everybody you could think of that plays that size venue, and to be on there, it was great. And even though we opened the whole show, and I, they were like, hey, I'm like, yeah, I'll open that show because it's a lot set up beforehand, than be running around after the first band or whatever, and Impulsive by Right has been around longer than us, and there's a respect thing, like,
right.
We were very happy to be on there. And even with all that stuff on the stage, because Arson City has this massive stage, they're kind of a Rob Zombie-esque on the stage, right? Alice Cooper kind of vibe. And we still had more. You saw how much room I had.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, there was like a point in the show, I was like, I should have done more cardio. Like,
really? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I've played at least 1,000 shows in my lifetime, and that stage was massive, and comparable.
All right, good. All right, I'm going to get to some fun questions here before we run out of time. All right, brother?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This one I like to hear right here. All right, you guys are on the stage. Okay, you're all set. You got your geared up. Crowd's out there. You hit your first note. You start jamming your first song. The crowd starts to move, and they actually start singing your music, and you see that. It's got to bounce back and hit you in the heart. How's it make your heart feel?
It was great, dude. Like, it seriously was, like, just to see the reaction of the crowd, and from from sitting at, in my office, just kind of jamming around and getting the band together, and all really thanks to Bone. My bass player is really the guy that made this all happen.
Nice.
And him and I were talking, and he wanted to do something, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then we were talking about singers, and he goes, what about Jay? And I go, I don't know, do you think Jay would do it? And then we get Greg, and just all clicked. And then when you're out there doing it, and I don't know if I sent you one of the videos where he's got the whole crowd, where he's doing the hand clap over his head and the whole crowd's doing it.
I don't remember seeing that.
I'll send you a video of that. It was just like, man, it was just awesome. I had a big hiatus from music. When Suicide Angels kind of came to its end, I was burnt out. We were a hard partying band, and we played a year, and it really, it wore me down. So
I do understand. That's why I stopped playing in '97. Wanted to save myself.
Yeah, it gets crazy, and we live that lifestyle, which is crazy. And now, like the Hooligan Gentleman, this is what we kind of really are. My nickname for a while was the Gentleman Hooligan.
All right.
I'm a very nice person until I'm not. I grew up rough, South Florida, and then then when I moved up north here to Nebraska, I lived kind of in the roughest parts of town, which is kind of like South Florida, right?
Right.
So I had got this thing where, I'm a Southern boy, so I'm very respectful, but we did hooligan-y stuff.
Hey, we'll leave it at that.
Right.
We'll leave it at that. Now, I got another question for you. Now, you've all been doing this for a while, whether you're with Hooligan Gentleman or whatever, but this has had to happen to you, and it probably has with all of you. Embarrassing moment on stage. Did you fall, trip, into the drums, mic hit you, anything?
I think we've all had our share. Like I remember playing out of town. It was like in Lincoln, Nebraska, where the Cornhuskers play. They have this street, which is like the main drag in Lincoln, and that's like probably at least 30, 40 bars down this street, right? And it's sold out show. My band Suicide Angels at the time was headlining, and I trip on stage, and I didn't actually fall, but I did this super odd, weird, floating, spinning thing that everybody thought was planned. I was mortified on stage. At the end, everybody's like, "Man, when you did that spinny thing, it was so cool." I was like, "What? What?"
Do it again.
I think that was probably my most mortifying moment on stage, but everybody thought it was super cool. So I'll take that as a win.
Oh, that's great. We all have those moments on stage. That's great.
Oh yeah. Or the best part is like right when you're getting ready to go on, and you check your guitar and you hear it come through the PA, and then the intro stops and you burst out on stage and you hit your guitar and nothing happens, and you're
nothing.
3 seconds ago it made a noise. Why is it not making a noise? Then I'm running back to my guitar tech like, it ain't making a noise, and they're staring at me like, what do you mean? I'm like, can you hear me?
Right, push that button.
So that's a mortifying moments.
Yeah, that is
the Spinal Tap moments of us.
Gotta love those Spinal Tap moments. Okay, another question here for you, my friend. All right. Anybody in the world, could be alive or past, who would you want to grace the stage with and perform with?
Oh gosh, that's such a loaded question.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Elvis, Freddie Mercury. Oh man, what an amazing singer he is. I would say, Hendrix would be cool. Like a legend himself, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Oh Jesus.
I'm gonna go Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Stevie Ray Vaughan. I love it. Stevie Ray Vaughan, beautiful.
Oh
beautiful.
Man. Yes.
I like that. All right. Next question. Again, we're anywhere in the world. What stage would you like to perform on?
Well, you know, as crazy as it sounds, it's always the Whiskey a Go Go.
It's always the whiskey.
It's always the whiskey. Every band, from the Doors to the Police to, Crew to Guns N' Roses, LA Guns. I mean, Doc, and you name the band. Nirvana played there.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains played there. Like, that is the iconic of all venues. You know,
Yeah.
for sure. You know,
Yep.
like it was the West Coast start of music. Like I said, the Police played there. You
Yeah.
know, like
The Sunset Strip was the place to be back then.
oh man, I remember the first time I got out to the Sunset Strip in the late '80s. My eyes were just so big. Oh my God, so big. And then
Oh, I bet.
I went to a party up in the hills with I won't say who it was, some prominent musicians of the day, and um, we're up in this mansion, just the crazed insanity that was going on inside of there. And I'm like, I walk out onto this back patio, and you can just see all of downtown Los Angeles and all its glory. What a
man,
amazing time. But yeah, Los Angeles is great for music. But the Whiskey a Go Go, if CBGB's was still around, I'd definitely love to play that again.
Most definitely. Two iconic places where the walls could talk.
Oh,
it's
yeah. Yeah, you just know, even when you're in the bathroom taking a whiz, it's just like famous people have done this here, like it just
flipped it out when Jimi Hendrix did too.
100%, man, 100%. So,
oh man, throughout your career, you've had to have some memorable moments. Anyone stand out? Any one of them?
There was, getting back on stage. Our first show with the Hooligan Gentleman was like, I'm doing this again. I didn't think I'd ever play live again, or I didn't even know if I'd play music again when Suicide Angels ended. And so that was one of those times. I played. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of. There's been a lot of great ones. My band Suicide Angels, we sold out the Roxbury here in Omaha. That place was packed. That was great. Playing with Adler's Appetite when Steven Adler from Guns N' Roses. What a great time. Yeah, Steven was super cool guy, and Chips Enough was playing bass.
Wow, that's incredible.
It was a great night. Yeah.
That would be a great night. So we got a few minutes left here. What's the next 5 years future? What do you see coming in the next 5 years? What do you want?
Well, we're working on this album now. We have like some label interest, not like anything massive, but I think in today's age, being to a label is overrated to a big degree. So much of the money, you can't even make a living as a touring artist anymore, and so we're just gonna kind of pave our own way, do what we want to do on our time. We want to put out as much music as possible. A goal of mine is to put out music with the new versions of streaming and everything. I mean, we could put out 30 songs a year if we really wanted to. It'll just be whatever we want to do.
Do your thing.
Yes. And just have fun doing it. Like I don't have, my whole life isn't riding on being signed again and touring and all that, because the days of a tour bus are long gone for a lot of people.
They are. Yeah. Times have changed, most definitely. And the labels have changed. Everything has changed.
Oh man. Yeah.
So times are different, my friend. They are.
Yeah. Back in the day, it was 10 grand a month for the tour bus plus gas,
food, everything,
road crew, and there's lots of, that's just not feasible nowadays. You're not getting $5 grand on a Tuesday.
No, you're not. The logistics are a pain in the butt on a tour. They are.
They are. So, if we do these small little 2-week tours, 1-week tours. That's really kind of our main goal now, is just to get out and do, some stuff, not burn ourselves out.
No.
You played, you know how it is. You're going to get sick,
Yeah.
within the first week of being out, no matter what. It could be the summer, it doesn't matter.
Right. It does. It happens.
So it's
always within the first week.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about that, and it's just when your singer's starting to really get his stage voice underneath them, because it takes a lot to broadcast your voice like that,
Oh yeah.
And just when they're getting like solid, that's when they catch that first cold, and then once they get the cold, we all get the cold.
Right, son of a gun. Everybody out in podcast land, check out the Hooligan Gentleman. Go to the platforms, go to Spotify, check out Hooligans, the song. It kicks butt. It really does. And I want to hear more from you. I want to see more videos. And if you make your way up to Michigan, please let me know.
Most definitely, sir. I appreciate it. And just remember, the revolution will be televised right before your very eyes.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So on that note, here we go. Can you hear this?
Yes, sir.
That's you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, people. This is the Hooligan Gentleman, and this is Scott tearing it up on the guitar. You must check them out. Don't make me come through the PC, because I will make you listen to it. So everybody out there in podcast land, check out the previous shows, the upcoming shows. But right now, you check out the Hooligan Gentleman. Scott, I appreciate it, brother, for being in the house today. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to send this off to the platforms, and I'm going to send you the link. Okay, brother?
Thank you. I appreciate everything. Keep rocking.
All right. Say we're out of here, brother.
Later. We're out of here.
Peace, brother. All right, everybody. We're out of here. Have a good one until the next show. We're out. Peace.